Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a little bit different because I'm going to do a thrifting haul for you. Basically, I visited Minnesota last week. I was super thankful and grateful that I got to go see my friends and family because I definitely missed them. And it's weird not coming home in the summer when I did live so far away before, but I came home every summer. So it's kind of weird that I didn't go home this summer. So it was nice to just be home for a little week and see all them. And the other thing that was nice is the Minnesota thrift stores are a lot cheaper if you know where to look. Of course, you have the Goodwill that is still expensive everywhere because they've upped their prices for some reason. We won't get into that. But I knew that my grandma and my aunt and my brother like to go thrifting, and it's a lot cheaper over there. So I figured while we're there, we could go up to some thrift stores. And before I left, I got rid of a bunch of clothes and I kind of made a list of gaps that I had in my wardrobe. And so I went there, I had the list. Of course, I got some things that weren't on the list because I liked them, but I ended up actually buying about as much clothes as I got rid of. So there's some clothes in my wardrobe that I kept just in case I couldn't find something better, and I did find something better. So I can get rid of them now. So overall, I'll have less clothes than I started with. Now, when I went through my closet, I made a list of things that I needed and things that I kind of would like better versions of, things I already had in my closet, but I wasn't really feeling inspired by them and I hadn't worn them in a long time. So that list was jean shorts, athletic shorts, sweatshirts, like the crew neck sweatshirts. I also needed just one like zip up hoodie that wasn't black. I was looking for ties because I want to do some more upcycling crafts with ties, and t-shirts. I also wanted to find shirts that were more interesting, different textures, patterns, colors that I hadn't had in my closet before. So that was kind of what I was looking for. I went to Minnesota with just a duffel bag, and I knew I had to bring my suitcase back because I had left it there when I moved here. So this beautiful thing, I brought back along with my duffel bag. So everything in here is new to this room. Now, I will say some of it is crafting supplies that my grandma's friend gave her to give to me, and some of it is things that I left in Minnesota that I knew I had to bring back with me. But a lot of it is the things that I thrifted. Now, this thing came out to a whopping 58 pounds on the scale, and I am so grateful to the Delta employee that was working that day or today, I came from the airport today. She was so nice, and when she saw I was kind of stressed about having to pay the $100 fee, she was like, well, why don't we check your carry-on, and then you can just take some stuff out of your suitcase and put it in, if you have another bag in your bags, which I did, of course I did, I had a tote bag in there, then you can put the things from your suitcase in that can be your carry-on, no harm, no foul. So, love her so much because she saved me from paying $100. I would have cried. Actually, I would have just worn the clothes through and I would have died of sweat. Took out 8 pounds. Oh, you can't even see it. Put a heavy tag on my suitcase because it was still 51 pounds, but she turned a blind eye because she was lovely and amazing and I love her. Before we start, 2 rules. 1, I have a raging sunburn on my back and we're not going to acknowledge it. And 2, we also aren't going to acknowledge the stain on my shirt because I spilled on myself in the airport this morning. So my first items I'm actually already wearing. This shirt, garage sale. These pants, thrift store. I like the comfort of these pants. Very simple, but I needed some athletic, comfortable shorts because I didn't have any. This is very cute because it is the WNBA 1999 championships. And the man I bought it from actually said that he was a photographer for this championships. That's why he got the t-shirt. So, surprise, surprise, more athletic shorts. Comfy, great. I think I got them at a thrift store. These I got at the church rummage sale that we went to. That was like the entire church was full of clothes and stuff. So that was pretty cool. I think they were like $1 or something. Last one, I would not wear with this shirt though because it's way too long for these shorts. But I like the cute little zippers and this little buckle detail. I think they might be swim shorts. I don't care. I also got them at the church rummage sale. Found this crew neck at a small town thrift store, so it was like $2. I think it's super cute. Nice thick crew neck material, feels sturdy, very comfy. I got this one at a vintage fair that they were having at Minnehaha Falls in Minneapolis. We accidentally stumbled upon it. We meant to be going to the art fair, but there was a vintage fair next to it. $5. I think it's so cute, but I think I want to cover up somewhere else because I love the snow. So I can just say, let it snow. This one I also got at that Vintage Fest, and it was also $5. Got this at a thrift store. I'll come closer so you can read what it says on it. I love these kind of corny shirts with weird messages on them. I think they're so funny. Also, just the vibe of like the font and the moose and everything, I just thought was hilarious. I also found this one at a smaller town's thrift store, so it was like $3. I love the color. It's that really thick sweatshirt material. I feel like I can't find hoodies with that material anywhere anymore. I feel like it's that weird, like thin athletic cloth that I hate. So, thick, pink. It does have this logo on it that's like something fabric supply, but that's kind of cute. Now this hoodie I got at a garage sale, and all this lady's clothes were kind of the same style, which I thought was kind of cool. And a few of the pieces I bought because I thought it was cool. So these were capris. I cut the bottoms off because I thought they'd be cuter as shorts, at least for me. I might cut them shorter, I might cuff them, I'm not quite sure, but I think they're so cute. I love the little stars. All right, I got these as well. There's a little seam coming up here, but I can do a super quick line with my sewing machine and it'll be all better. I love this little detail here. Beautiful. These are exactly the kind of shorts I was looking for. These were pants that I just cut the bottom off of. And the reason I bought them is because there's this nice detail on the pocket. And I have some extra stuff like metal things, belt buckles, etc. that I want to like add onto it. And I also got metallic fabric paint that I can use. I wanted to just play around with like a lot of silver elements on these. So I got this to be like a project pant. These were a pair of jeans that I cut off the bottoms because I realized when I was going through my closet, I actually own no jean shorts. I own like army green cargo shorts. I own brown cargo shorts. I own blue jean shorts, like not blue jean, but they're blue. This pair of jeans was $1. The steal of the century. Okay, the last pair of pants I bought were these pajama pants. They're Pac-Man, if you can't tell. I found these at a garage sale, so it was like $2 or something. Now, we secretly already started the shirt section because this is something that I also bought. I like these kinds of tank tops, but it's hard for me to find ones that aren't just white or black or navy blue. I found this at a garage sale as well. Love the pattern, and it's a tank top that's unique and not black, white, or navy blue. Once in a while, I found a children's shirt that fits me perfectly, and this and the next one will be two examples of that. These bats and the moon. Is that not cute? I love it. I don't know why, but I just love the way that these kinds of shirts fit. This is a children's shirt. I know that it's like way too short for my arms, but I hate the feeling of long sleeves like on this part of my wrist. And so this kind of shirt, I like that it ends right before that. So if I want to, I can still kind of roll it up, but I don't have to. I can still do things and not feel like I'm getting my sleeves in things. This shirt I also got from that garage sale that I got the really thin hoodie from, because it's kind of the same style. You probably can see this woman had a very specific style. I think this is such a cute pattern. Although I am going to, I don't know if you can see the beads, I am going to take these off because they're super easy. It's just a thread behind here. I can just put my seam ripper because then it will look like the back looks. And I think this looks better. This one, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a sweater material. I love the way it feels when I wear it. And it's kind of a similar story with the one before, which I'm going to take the beads off. They're not as many beads though. They're kind of just like in some places. So it'll look like this. I try not to buy things that are seasonal because when it comes to that season, I'll wear it like once and then forget about it. So I usually stray away from things like this, but this was so cute. I couldn't pass it up, and it was like $2. Also, I feel like because it's such a bright blue, I wouldn't feel weird wearing this other times of the year. Also, aren't people doing like Halloween in July? Anyway, I'm gonna find reasons to wear it because I just think it's so cute. I got this because I needed something to wear for my headshots that I'm actually taking in like 2 days. And most of my wardrobe, it's like very patterned or colors that maybe I don't want in a headshot. So I needed to find something just like neutral, but not boring. And I definitely would wear it outside of headshots or like musical theater as well. I found this super cool one at the bins. And for those of you who don't know what the bins are, it's basically just when people don't buy the clothes in the thrift store, they send it to this outlet location and they just throw it in a bunch of bins and you have to dig through. But then it's you pay by weight. You're finding light shirts and things like this, like you're paying basically no money, which is super, super nice if you're on a budget. I got this plain muscle tee specifically to try out my new lino cut stamp kit. I don't exactly know what you would call like all the tools and everything, but my lino cutting materials, there we go. So that's why it's fully blank. I also just like how it's like sewn into a muscle tee rather than me having to cut it into one. This one I also got at one of those smaller town thrift stores, so I think it was like $2 or something. So I did crop the bottom of this, and depending on how much this frays, I might have to hem it. And I knew that when I bought it. Those of you who know me may think, Lily, don't you already have a wolf t-shirt that's gray? The answer would be yes, I do. But that one is really old and there's holes all over it. And it's just, I don't feel good wearing it because it feels like it's like falling apart on me. And so I got this one as a replacement. Now this one doesn't say Minnesota like the other one does, but I had to take what I could get. Now the last shirt that I got is this shirt, and I'm not trying it on for you because it's completely see-through. I bought it so I could layer it with things, but I'm too tired right now to style a whole entire outfit just to show you the shirt on. Just because we're done with clothes does not mean that we are done. So I have some things that are not clothes that I want to show you now. I guess this is clothes, but I got the swimsuit top. It's really cute and super sturdy, and my other one just broke. This beautiful scarf. I think I'm gonna cut it down though because I like to tie it around my head, but when I'm at work, I can't have this big long dangly thing. Topic of things to tie around my head. I got this really cute bandana. It's like linen-y material, so it won't slip out of my hair like the silk ones do. I got this scarf. It's very pretty. And I was thinking to just hang it up in my room somewhere. I don't really wear scarves like this a ton, but I think it's so beautiful and it kind of matches my room decor, so I think I'm gonna try and add it somewhere. I also got these quilt square bags. These are like pre-cut quilt squares. And I looked in this bag and there's like a bunch of different circus animals and stuff. It's so cute. I guess these are technically clothes too. These are Minnesota Wild socks. I'm not the hugest Minnesota Wilds fan, but they're like brand new and super, super thick, and I love these thick kinds of socks. I found this at the bins. I'm surprised nobody else picked it up, or maybe I'm just insane, but I think this belt is so iconic. It's kind of giving me like Hannah Montana vibes. On the topic of belts, I also got this belt. The only black belt I have is like a work belt, and so it's super, super, super thick, and when I wear pants that aren't really baggy, it looks just so strange. So I wanted another black one. This really cute picture frame. Obviously this is just like the stock image in it, but I love these little leaf details on the outside. For ties, I got this nice one. It's kind of this knit material, and I want to do like buttons or beads or something on it. I also found this one. I don't have many like earth tone ties, so I kind of went crazy with the earth tones. Another earth tone one. This pattern I think is so pretty. I also got these shoes for auditioning. I wanted shoes that weren't heels. I already have heels I can audition with. Obviously, I'm gonna need to zhuzh them up a little bit. I have some leather wax and stuff I'm gonna put on them. At that church rummage sale that we went to, they had a jewelry room, and I got a bunch of jewelry in there. So that's what I'll show you next. I got this cool necklace that just pops open and closed. I got this super thick chain. It's really heavy, so it feels like it's real metal and not just like cheap stuff. I don't know, I could be wrong. These really cute earrings. I got some more earrings, fair earrings, watch. Not sure if it works. I probably just need to put a battery in it. I don't really know. Ring. Now most of the gems are missing, but you can't really see it from like even a foot away, so I don't really mind that they're missing. So that is everything that I got in my big thrift haul. And you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, Lily, that was so much stuff. You probably spent $1 million. I did not. All in all, it was roughly $100. The jewelry itself was like $14 for all the jewelry, so everything together was like $114, which I think is very, very good for how much stuff I was able to get. And especially since a lot of these clothes were like $2, $3, it kind of made up for some of the clothes that were like $7 for a pair of shorts or something like that. So I definitely am super happy with what I got, super grateful that I was able to do it, and I shouldn't have to buy clothes now for a long, long time. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my haul video. I know it's a little different than what I usually do. I hope you enjoyed. Come again next time to see what I'm doing. If you haven't done something creative today, I mean, go and do something creative.